Hello everyone, welcome back to another scene analysis video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the birds, and we are going to jump straight into it. Of course, timestamps will be in the description, just so you know you can fast forward to things if I start to ramble. But we're going to start off with this scene in which Melanie is breaking into Mitch's house. This whole scene plays out very strangely. As you can tell, she's placing the note, and what we get is that she just walks out the door, right? So everything about this is so nonchalant. But what we can get this here is that there is an extreme disconnect from reality. In a real situation, this is real as R, you would have a panic attack. In this situation, which is the fantasy situation of this movie, you are going to get this romantic, I'm going to fail this so hard, you get this romantic interest. Why do we have that situation in this movie? Why are they flirting after she breaks into that? I don't get this playful attitude. Maybe I'm just ignorant to 60s culture. Was this a normal thing? Remember, guys, if your toots is really into you, she'll break into your house and leave birds. That's how you know she's really into you. What does this even mean? Okay, so also, you're gonna see one of my criticisms that I chose not to say, but I'm just gonna state it. I'm not ripping the movie for it. I'm just gonna say it. And that is, watch as she rides away. So, we were just on a set, okay? I'm going to rewind it real quick. Let's see. 2407 is where we were at. I'm going to rewind it back to, say, here. Look at this. We are on an actual set. This is a real place. This is a place. Look at that. Skyline. That's clearly a real background. It's an actual house. It's not built just for the scene. And you have real water everywhere. This is a real scene. However, back at 24... close enough. So right here, you have this. You know what this little shimmer is? Do you? It's what's happening. It's also right here. It's also right here. The shimmer is because it's on a green screen. This is a fixed camera angle, so this is the camera, right? And it's looking at the boat. The boat. It's on water. It's looking at the boat, right? So this is the camera shot. Where we had earlier, there was the scene, and the camera was looking at it. Had a lot of places to go. When they were in the room, the camera went there. And that's the problem with 1960s film, is that it's all filmed with one camera angle. It's all one camera shot. It's why you have this light source in the back, yet the light appears to be coming from this direction onto her. You have this weird light effect. In fact, you can even see that there's a direct light here and here, because you have shadow here. We're going to play it just a little bit. Okay, so you saw that. The light just transitioned with her. Right here, this is real. This is on an actual lake. There is no green screen here. There is no green screen. This was done on, we'll say on scene. Okay, this is on scene, because you can clearly see water splish splash. And there's not, that little shimmer doesn't exist. And she has light over her entire body. There's no shadow and darkness because there's a direct light source. So what we're going to do is we're going to just let it play out. A little bit forward. Again. There. Better scene. Better. So there we go. So you have this, the green screen transition. I don't get why we couldn't just have her sitting on the water. Like, let's say this is the water. This is the land. We couldn't just have the camera looking at her on the water and then make it look like she's farther away from this guy when she's on the boat. Why couldn't we have done that versus this? I don't understand this. It's a heavy criticism I have, but again, I can't really use it as a fault of the movie because it is the 1960s. But moving on.
Good luck.
Okay, so this is why I have this scene marked, right? We have this complete disconnect with emotions, so we're going to say this is called emo. The real title will be like Emotionless or something, but this is called emo, not to be confused with Elmo. So, you have this one key factor that can tell a smile. It's right here, the lines. The eye will squint upward during a genuine smile. This can be faked. It is very easy to fake the cheek thing, the dimple. It's very easy to fake it. The eyes are always what you stare at when someone is smiling. The eyes convey so much emotion. Remember how, you know the whole saying, the eyes are the window to the soul? Well, a lot of times they are correct. And you have a lot of this scene that apparently no one reinforced the whole, hey, show emotion thing. I don't know, I just found it really annoying.
Disco, is that right?
No, not exactly. Mitch knows a lot of people in San Francisco.
Okay, so let's just take a look at her behavior right now. What do we know about her? She is a child. What do we know about children? Leave your answer in the comment down below. Just kidding. That they're super hyper, they have a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm, and they're typically really bouncy. Let's take a look here.
Of course, they're mostly hoods.
Kathy.
Well, Mom, he's the first.
Wow, let's tone down that aggression there. All of that emotion sure is hard to handle from this child. A child in that situation wouldn't raise their voice. Also, let's take a look at just the neutral expression. Either this scene was ran about 13 times, or she's completely bored. Now, we see her with emotion later, and that's only when she's getting attacked. Seems the birds are the only way to bring emotions out in this movie, and that's kind of my problem. But again, the 60s. Kids were supposed to be quiet and in the corner, seen but not heard. But it's not accurate of how kids are. Sorry.
It's broken in Dan's bedroom. All the windows.
Try not to think about that.
Try not to think about that. Hey, I know that you've seen a corpse today, and I know that the birds are out there, and I know we've been attacked several times. Just don't think about it, you know? Don't stress yourself out too much. Again, this just lack of emotion, okay? This lack of common sense. I hate that term. This lack of just an association to reality. In this situation, if you have someone on the outside, and you know there's something going on. You've been attacked now, what, 2, 3 times? Something's happened to you? Yeah, there's something going on. And yet, these people are just either pretending not to notice, or they're playing ignorant, or it's just written poorly. Either way, this is a problem with the movie, because it's banking too much on people's ignorance to horror. It's banking on people's willingness to believe that this is how someone would actually react in this situation. Quick note, this is the fixed camera angle I was mentioning. Watch the gasoline, watch them. Watch the gasoline, watch them. That's how this scene goes.
Why are they doing this? Why are they doing this? They said when you got here the whole thing started. Who are you? What are you? Where did you come from? I think you're the cause of all this. I think you're evil! Evil!
Shit. Let's calm it down, though. Melanie, you're kind of having some emotion there. I don't want you to have Is that a fill? Wait, she has a fill. She has filling. That means she had a cavity. That's funny. That's funny. Moving on to my point. Okay, so if somehow I could take these tears and move them away, like if I were just doing that and then did that, actually it kind of blocks them out a little bit. Looks like she's crying now. Eyes puffy. No, crocodile tears. I know. If you've ever seen that old Pepsi commercial where the guy's like drinking pop and his girlfriend or wife, whatever, is crying and she looks at him and he's not, and then he like dumps the ice into his eyes and then it trickles down, it looks like he's crying. Yeah, it kind of looks like that's what she's done. Again, I don't get the whole 1960 thing. Maybe this is just a common trick. Most of the time you want at least the eyes to get puffy. You want to make it look like she was crying. Not everything well kept. Even her hair is still pretty well kept. Like, she went outside and then fixed it. The next movie I'm looking at for one of these, by the way, it's a lot less picky criticism and more scene construction. Not this movie, though, because it's 1960s, and I just don't get it. I don't get the appeal of this. So let's take a look at this part right here. I just want to make a quick note. This jungle gym is not, like, right on the edge of this. If this bird was right here, see that size comparison? It's at the size of her head. If it's right here, like if this bird landed, it would be the size of her head. Alright? But it's pretty far back and up from her angle. My physics is a bit shaky, but I'm pretty sure that places this bird to be about that big. Roughly. Is how big this bird is. Is how big bird is. Do you see how big her head is? That means these birds, I'm going to put about right here now how big the average crow is. and how big the average head is of a person, just to see how well they stack up, because I'm pretty sure this is why I don't like a green screen in the background. Obviously, for this scene, you would have to use one, but there's a better way to do it. What in the hell kind of noises are those? Let me explain to you why that's not a good thing. Those noises are very annoying. They're also... It sounds like sex noises, is what it sounds like. She's literally moaning. I have slammed my hand in a door. Never once did I moan. I was cussing up a storm, but it sounded like I was in pain rather than this. This sounds like she's getting laid. Look at that bird just make eye contact with him. Like, what the... Like, you ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do shit right now. You even try something, we swarming you. Ah, that's a cocky bird. I hate cocky birds. Rats with wings, as one guy calls them. He's dead now, though. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for me. My name is That Analysis Guy. If you liked the video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Follow me on Twitter. Check other stuff. And I will see you all next time. Peace.